So this is my 2003 Toyota Tacoma. It has at the moment 218,712 miles on it. And that's pretty much going to be all the miles it's ever going to have, because earlier, well, as I film this, it's January 2022. Late last spring, my older son, who was driving this around, slid off the road in a little bit of rain, hit a tree. Fortunately, not hurt. But yeah, there's like more damage here than is worth fixing. But just wanted to have a quick video before this thing goes on the flatbed to the junkyard. I'm gonna miss it. It's been sitting in my driveway for a couple months because I'm a sentimental guy and I have trouble letting go of it. It's been ridiculously reliable. It's had no major mechanical issues other than one fuel injector. Had to be replaced at around, crack this window because it's starting to fog up, at around 180,000 miles, I think. And yeah, other than that, it's had nothing but like replacement stuff for like brakes, tires, stuff like that. It's ridiculously what a great truck this has been, and never gonna have another truck like this. You know, a little sad to see that it can't be fixed and that it's gonna end up getting crushed probably. And even now it runs great. It's a 4-cylinder 5-speed. Never had an issue. It still has the original clutch in it. And that's, I wasn't the only one who ever drove it, right? Like, children have driven it, my wife's driven it. So yeah, the clutch has been good, all that stuff. I mean, but more importantly than all that, you know, I paid $12,900 out the door for it, brand new, including tax, title, all that stuff. And if you figure out how much that is a month over the last 18 years that it was driven, actually it was driven, you know, over 18 years, but just doing 18 years to keep the math simple, from the 12,900, if you do all the math, it comes out to $55 a month. And this truck was actually wrecked in 2016, once before this wreck that finally killed it. And the insurance company, I'm gonna scratch my mustache. The insurance company totaled it, gave me $6,000. I bought it back for $3,000, so I netted $3,000 out of that wreck. Well, I grossed $3,000. It cost me about $1,000 to fix it all up again. Thankfully, I'm mechanically inclined, so, and I have a neighbor who works at an auto body shop and can paint the body parts that need it painted on the cheap. But yeah, so I netted out of that transaction $2,000. So if you take the $2,000 from the $12,900 and you do the math, it's actually below $50 a month. Okay, that's really, really great. There's never going to be another vehicle in my life, sadly, that's going to be that economical to use. This truck was replaced with a 2022 Ford Maverick. It was about, I forget what it was out the door. By the way, like, I paid cash for this. I come from a long line of cheap Dutch people. I mean, I live in America, but, you know, I've mentioned this before. I have a parent who was born in Holland and came here to America after the flood, so we tend to be a little frugal and try not to have car payments, stuff like that. But so that Ford Maverick, that sticker was like $26,000, and I also own a 2019 Subaru Crosstrek, which again was around 25 or 26. So if you do the math on that, actually I forgot, let me see. Let's just run the calculator quick. You guys excuse me for just a second. I'll probably have a jump cut here while I figure out the math. But so assuming, oops, hang on a second. assuming I get 18 years out of either one of those vehicles, and it's not likely, right? Like maybe the Subaru would go 18 years, the Ford, knock on wood, I pray it does, because again, we're a family that likes to keep vehicles forever and ever. And also, it's hard to imagine the Ford would be that maintenance free. But let's just assume it's going to be as good as this Tacoma, right? I have high hopes. I have faith. 26,000 divided by 18 divided by 12 months. That's $120 a month if I did my math correctly. So it's more than half that's going to be. And that's not even the out the door price, because I can't remember exactly what those cars cost me with the tax and all that nonsense. And so that's like a lot of money, right? It's not horrible, but like when you figure it out over the lifetime of a vehicle, $120, a month. I mean, it's less than a normal car payment, but it's still not awesome. And even worse than that, I want to say the sticker on my F-150, it's a 2016 four-wheel drive, EcoBoost 3.7, it's an XLT Sport. I think it was 52, somewhere thereabouts. So if that thing lasts 18 years, and it would be $240 a month, which again is still less than a car payment, but you're at some point you're driving a very old vehicle. But in order to get, like, say, my F-150, in order to get that truck to be $50 a month, right, divided by 50, divide that by 12, I guess. I'd have to drive that truck for almost 87 years to make it the same value that this Tacoma was. 87 years. That's, obviously that's not going to happen. So yeah, third grade math. A lot of people, buy new cars every 3 years. A lot of people borrow money to buy cars. A lot of people buy cars that have a lot of unnecessary stuff in them. Like this Tacoma, roll-up windows. There's no electronic door locks. It's nothing, right? This is like a go-kart, basically. And yeah, I mean, all those luxuries and conveniences are nice. I mean, the F-150, my wife, I don't think she could ever go back to a vehicle without leather seats. But yeah, I personally could live without it, especially if it's going to save money in the short term or the long term. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just really going to miss this truck. It's a once-in-a-lifetime vehicle. There's never going to be another vehicle that's going to be this great or as good to me as this one was. And I realize most of you guys don't care, this truck's going to the junkyard, and you don't really care about what I have to say about vehicles or whatever, because, it's a stupid YouTube channel. But I'm just putting this out in the universe so the universe knows that I've loved this truck. All right, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. Again, one last look at that odometer. I gotta zoom in. Almost 219,000. Not bad.